Live from the IchiTV Network Center, this is IchiTV News Now.
Good evening. Today is Monday, March 3, 2025. This is ITV News Now. I'm Oskee Walden, and here are the headlines for tonight. Grammys feature Beanie's Beanieverse EP on New Music Friday list. Monsoon over, brace for warmer temperature. Oil prices down in the first week of March. Ukraine Zelensky says he can salvage relationship with the US. For PBA News, Ginebra on brink of finals at the grain-free route of Northport. Danger level heat index forecast for NCR for 2 days. New PCO chief says nothing personal in automatic resignation order for appointees. For regional news, LT enforcers in Parapanglao incident sacked. ASAP's 30th anniversary homecoming is a star-studded reunion filled with music and memories. And Hope's condition stable but complex. And here are the headlines for tonight. For entertainment news first, Grammys feature Beanie's Beanieverse EP on New Music Friday list. The website of the Grammy Awards on Sunday invited worldwide listeners to enter Beanie's Beanieverse as they included the newly dropped EP of Nation's Girl Group in the New Music Friday list. New Music Friday list on Grammy's website featuring new releases from various artists. This time, Beanie is the only Filipino act that entered the list. Enter the Beanieverse, Beanie's new era, which began last summer when the 8-piece Filipino girl group launched their Beanieverse tour, now has an infectious soundtrack in the form of the latest 6-track mini-album, Their Featurees. In addition to fun and flirty singles, Blink Twice and last summer's Cherry on Top, the P-pop star's first English project includes its aspirational anthem, Zero Pressure, the ebullient Out of My Head, IAJ collaboration Secrets, and a bonus remix of Cherry on Top by Indonesian star Agnes Mo, they added. Beanieverse is a fresh and enchanting bubblegum tune of the girl group, introducing the vibey track with catchy synthesizer reminiscent of the 80s pop Zero Pressure, and the laid-back Secrets, which is a collaboration of Beanie and Korean-American singer-songwriter IAJ. Out of My Head, meanwhile, has the upbeat music that tackles taking a love falling about love. This EP also features the recent bop Blink Twice and the sweet hit Cherry on Top, along with its remix featuring popular Indonesian act Agnes Mo. Beanieverse is now out on all streaming platforms. And for other news for tonight, as we know it, for the Philippine Star, and the article is Monsoon over, braces for warmer temperature. Warmer temperature is expected in the country as the northeast monsoon or amihan is about to end, the Pag-asa said yesterday. At a briefing, Pag-asa weather specialist Obed Badrina said the State Bureau stated to issue heat index readings on March 1 in anticipation of the higher ratings this summer. Badrina said the northeastern monsoon affects only northern Luzon. It will bring occasional rains in the Ilocos region and Cordillera Administrative Region, he said. Meanwhile, the easterlies will bring rains in eastern Visayas, Caraga, and Davao region. We do not monitor low pressure area inside or outside the Philippine area of responsibility, he said, noting that typhoons rarely develop in March. Yesterday, the temperature in Baguio City reached 17.4 degrees Celsius, while in Metro Manila, the temperature ranged 25 and 32 degrees Celsius. In other news, oil prices down in the first week of March. Oil prices are falling in the first week of March. Companies announced the following rollbacks in pump prices effective Tuesday, March 4th. For Shell Pilipinas, Sea Oil and Caltex, effective 6 a.m., gasoline decreases 90 centavos, kerosene has decreasing 1 peso and 40 centavos, while diesel decreasing 80 centavos. For clean fuel, gasoline decreases 90 centavos and diesel decreases 80 centavos. For Petrogas, PTT and Jetty, effective 6 a.m., 90 centavos decreasing for gasoline and 80 pesos per liter decreasing for diesel. DOE Assistant Director Rodel Romero said the price drop is because of, among others, the U.S. policy on oil drilling, which will add supply to the world market. Romero said the International Energy Agency has also declared that there is likely to be an oversupply of oil in the world for 2025. But when asked if the downward trend will continue, Romero said nothing is certain, as factors that may push prices up, such as the volatile situation in the Middle East, are still there. Despite the price reduction on Tuesday, there's still 3.85 liter net increase for gasoline if all prices movement are tallied from the start of the year. The net increase for diesel is still at 3 pesos and 95 centavos per liter, and while kerosene's net increase is 1 peso and 50 centavos per liter. And for world news, Ukraine's Zelensky says he can salvage relationship with the US. Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky said on Sunday, March 2, he believed he could salvage his relationship with US President Donald Trump after their explosive meeting in the Oval Office, but the talks needed to continue behind closed doors. In an extraordinary meeting that was broadcast live last Friday, February 28, Trump accused Zelensky of being ungrateful for US aid, of showing his disrespect to his country, and of risking World War III, casting into doubt Washington's ongoing support for Ukraine. Zelensky, talking to reporters after a summit with European leaders in London on Sunday, said he did not think the US would stop its assistance to Ukraine because, as leaders of the civilized world, they would not help Russian President Vladimir Putin. However, Zelensky said he remained prepared for any challenges that may arise. But Zelensky added that he remained ready to sign the proposed minerals deal with the United States, and I believe that US would be ready as well. From the writers. And for the sports news, for PBA, Ginebra San Miguel on brink of finals after gain-free rout of Northport. Barangay Ginebra is on the brink of reaching the PBA Commissioner's Cup after a comprehensive 127-100 victory over Northport Batampier on Sunday at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. The huge victory gave the Jing Kings a 3-0 lead in the best-of-7 series. Ginebra brought the game open in the second quarter, where they outscored Northport 24-19 to head to halftime with a massive 64-40 advantage. Their lead to balloon to 38 points, 112-74, early in the fourth quarter of a Maverick Alhamsi triple. So comfortable when Ginebra's lead that Tim Cohn had the luxury of resting his starters. Justin Brownlee needed just 30 minutes to reach 22 points, while Japet Aguilar, Scotty Thompson, Troy Rosario, and Stephen Ho all played fewer than 25 minutes. Jamie Malonzo led Ginebra in scoring, putting up 25 points on 7 of 11 shooting in just 23 minutes of action. RJ Abarientos added a 10-point assist, 10 assists, double-double. Meanwhile, it was another lead-hearted performance from a Northport squad that entered the playoffs as the number 1 seed. Import Candim Jack led the Batampier with 32 points, while Arvin Tolentino had 15. Northport simply had no answer for the Gene Kings. However, the Crown favorites shot 53.7% from the field, including a blistering 14 of 24 from three-point range. In contrast, the bottom pair went 7 of 26 from beyond the arc and had just 33 rebounds to Ginebra's 51. For another report that we could make the national news, let's go back to the national news. Danger level heat index forecast for NCR for 2 days. The nation's weather forecaster has warned of danger level heat index for Metro Manila on Monday and Tuesday, prompting several local government units in the capital region to suspend classes. Metro Manila at the beginning of the week could experience a heat index or the actual heat felt by a person of up to 46 degrees Celsius, which falls under the danger level classification according to Pag-asa's forecast. This means people are at risk of heat-related illnesses such as heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and in severe cases, heat stroke. The public is advised to avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight, especially between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Those who need to be outdoors are encouraged to use protective gear such as umbrellas and to stay hydrated. Apart from Metro Manila, high heat indices also expected Monday at Clark Airport, Pampanga, and moving to Nueva Ecija. Pag-asa earlier said that the rising heat index signals the imminent arrival of the warm, dry season. The weakening of the northeast monsoon or amihan and the increasing influence of easterlies, warm, humid winds from the Pacific Ocean are expected to dominate weather patterns in the coming weeks. The State Weather Bureau may officially declare the start of a dry season within the first or second week of March. Meanwhile, Malabon, Las Piñas, and Parañaque have canceled classes at all levels in both private and public schools on Monday due to the expected high heat. Meanwhile, Caloocan City and La Valenzuela City have suspended face-to-face classes from kindergarten to senior high school. Some private institutions, including La Sandrine Hills and Valenzuela City Technological College, have also class cancellations. The Philippine government is working to address the effects of soaring temperatures, especially on the country's economy and agricultural sector, Malacanang said. As of now, talaga po ay hindi po kami nakipag-usap patungkol dyan. Pero kung po ito po talaga ay nakikita po na kabanaang, so mag-start pa lang tayo magkakaroon kami ng meeting para sa mas detalye. Most probably po, hindi lamang po nababa sa ating mga action plans ng DA, DSW, DDEP, and so it's on forth. The Department of Health earlier advised residents in areas experiencing dangerous temperatures to take precautions against heat cramps and heat exhaustion, which could lead to heat stroke. On the other hand, new PCO chief says nothing personal in order for mass resignation of employees. Malacanang's order for all appointed officials of the Presidential Communications Office to submit their unqualified courtesy resignations was nothing personal and was simply part of the usual process of the agency's transition to a new leadership. Newly installed PCO Secretary J. Ruiz said Monday. So we're all presidential appointees here, Ruiz said. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on February 25 gave PCO officials until February 28 to submit their courtesy resignations to give Ruiz a free hand in performing his duties and functions. Ruiz says the order would help address issues of leakages of official documents and intrigues within the PCO. For local news, LTO enforcers in viral Panlao incident sack. Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon on Monday ordered the dismissal of 5 LTO enforcers who allegedly manhandled a motorcycle rider. A viral video showed man dressed in what appeared to be a blue LTO uniform seemingly flagging down a motorcycle driver and traveling him with a knife. We are effective today dismissing the enforcers involved in the incident in Panlao, Bohol. Dizon said in the said press conference at the LTO office, we are hereby dismissed immediately and immediately hindi na kailangan pagkagaling pa rin. Transport Assistant Secretary for Road Transport Jojo Reyes was tasked by Dizon to personally investigate the incident which led to the hospitalization of the 57-year-old farmer identified as Bert Velasco. Wala pong mag-justify sa nakita nating dahas na ipinakita ang ating mga law enforcers, said Dizon. Reyes said the 5 LTO enforcers were from the regional office in Cebu. Velasco allegedly made a remark against the enforcers while conducting anti-color operations in the area. But Dizon insisted enforcers should practice maximum tolerance in performing the duty. He also reminded them that they are there to serve the people. Dizon also formed a task force, also to be led by Reyes, to review all policies on the use of motorcycles, as the current policies and regulations may be a source of abuse. LTO Chief Assistant Secretary Vigor Mendoza, meanwhile, apologized for the incident, saying that the agency will retain of all enforcers. He also urges the public to send any complaints against enforcers. And now for the entertainment news. As of March 30th anniversary grand homecoming of Kapamilya Stars, a grand celebration of ASAP commences its 30th anniversary on Sunday, bringing together stars from past and present who continue to deliver world-class performances. Music icon Gary Valenciano reflected on the show's resilience through the years, emphasizing the struggles and triumphs of the Kapamilya network and the significance of performing once again in front of live audiences. You know, we've been through so much, I don't have to enumerate, but I think many people know the history of what we went through as Kapamilya, meaning as ABS-CBN, being part of ASAP. To be able to talk to you like this and be able to see an audience inside the studio, that's what we made for. The celebration was filled with performances right from the opening, with ASAP stars giving their all. The event turned emotional as Martin Rivera, Parps Fernandez, and other stars watched a message from Johnny Manahan, also known as Mr. M, the missionary director and creator of ASAP. I miss Mr. M so much. So does Pops, and so does everyone, said Rivera. But we all have to move on, and we have to blossom somewhere. Where Mr. M goes, he becomes a blessing. The ASAP Beauty Queens, Angeline Quinto, Jonah, Clarice de Guzman, Morissette Amon, and Asia Somberg Virgin Velasquez delivered a special powerhouse number, marking another highlight of the celebration. Nakakatuwa, sobrang nanimiss ko talaga sila, de Guzman said. Madalas namin nakita, pero iba rin yung feeling na magkasama kami sa isang prod, added Quinto. The ASAP stage also welcomed back OG heartthrobs Sam Milby and Piolo Pascual, recreating nostalgia for longtime fans. It's been kind of weird. The last time I sang of ASAP, not counting promos for a show, was 7 years ago. Sobrang tagal na, and nag-start ako sa ASAP in 2005. So nakakamiss naman syempre. It's been so long. Meanwhile, a new generation stars Donnie Pangilinan and Bel Mariano expressed their gratitude for being part of ASAP, which has remained a Sunday entertainment staple. To see how ASAP has grown throughout the years and to see all the artists, I'm just so proud to be a part of this family, Pangilinan shared. It's also nice that we keep up, and until now, we still get made our Kapamilya smile all over the world. Nakakatuwa na, I'm part of that, Bell added. And for our final report for today, Pope's condition stable but complex. Pope Francis is in a stable condition in hospital, but the clinical picture remains complex, the Vatican said Sunday, as the 88-year-old issued a statement thanking well wishes for the support. The head of the Catholic Church was admitted to Rome's Gemelli Hospital on February 14 with bronchitis, which later developed into pneumonia in both lungs. After appealing to recover slightly during the week, the Argentine Pope suffered a breathing crisis on Friday, causing widespread concern, but he passed a quieter weekend. The clinical conditions of the Holy Father remains stable today, the Vatican said on Sunday in its regular evening medical update. The leader of the world's almost 1.4 billion Catholics did not require non-invasive mechanical ventilation, only high-flow oxygen therapy, it said. He does not have a fever, and on Sunday morning, he participated in Mass, spending the rest of the day alternating rest with prayer And it added, a Vatican source that with 48 hours now passed, it appeared there had been no further consequences from Friday's crisis. However, the Holy See statement added that in the view of the complexity of the clinical picture, the process remains reserved. Francis-born Jorge Bergoglio missed his traditional Ageless prayer for a third straight Sunday, the Vatican issuing a written text and said, I would like to thank you for the prayers which rise up to the Lord from the hearts of so many faithful from many parts of the world, he wrote. I feel all your affection and closeness, and at this particular time, I feel as if I am carried and supported by all God's people. Thank you all. The Pope concluded by calling, as he often does during his angel's prayer, for peace around the world. From here, war appears even more absurd. Let us pray for dominated Ukraine, Palestine, Israel, Lebanon, Myanmar, Sudan, and Kivu. At St. Peter's Square, where pilgrims normally gather to hear the people at noon on a Sunday, some in a crowd expression concern at his absence. The first stop in entering the square is to look where he usually look out the window. Lorena Compare, a 49-year accountant. So, before his hospitalization, Francis had repeatedly said it was not yet the time, and he might never be. He maintains a packed schedule, particularly with the church celebrating Jubilee, Holy Year, this year, an event predicted to draw tens of millions of pilgrims to Rome and the Vatican. Yet, medical experts have warned that Francis' age and health means a sustained recovery will take time. And balikan natin ang headlines for tonight. Our headlines for tonight is Beanie. Okay, again, for tonight's headlines, Grammys feature Beanie's Beanieverse EP on New Music Friday list. Monsoon over, brace for warmer temperature. Oil prices down in the first week of March. Ukraine Zelensky says he can salvage relationship with the US. For PBA News, Ginebra on brink of finals after game-free rout of Northport. Danger level heat index forecast for NCR for 2 days. New PCO chief says nothing personal in order of mass resignation order for appointees. For regional news, LTO enforces environmental incident sack. For entertainment news, ASAP's 30th anniversary homecoming is a star-studded reunion filled with music and memories. And Pope's condition, stable but complex. And that concludes our ITV News Now. For more news updates, you may log on to IchiTV.com/news and follow us on social media for more updates. From the ITV News Center, I'm Oskee Walden. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Live from the IchiTV Network Center, this is IchiTV News Now.